morning. I am not, but we do struggle in our ranks. We are working on de-escalating and having better relations because that is critical to keeping peace. I work out of the Hefner Division up on Northwest 122nd Street. I've been on the department, and I'll go on and do a National Guard. I retired out there in 2015 as the Security Forces Commander. And how we can better function and serve our community. I also have Sergeant Fanny Seshi here with me, and she'll be speaking here in a little bit. And we tag team and work together real good. And I'll let Fanny tell her story in a little bit. But she also served in our way of life. What number do we call? Okay, church, that was a little weak. Can we say it like we mean it? What number? Best lukewarm. You're either hot or you're cold. And I would much rather be hot any day than be cold. I've been told, oh, Bob, you're a little the way God made me. Because life can be a struggle. We are in a battle at times for doing the right thing, for keeping our communities safe and stuff. Is freedom free? Neither is your safety or security, right? It costs something. It costs a sacrifice. We have to participate in keeping our community safe. That is very important. I'd like to introduce Fanny Seshi a little bit and let her speak, and then I'll continue on. Go ahead, Fanny.
Good morning. This not working. Okay. Thanks. Strange how I chanced upon the church. I work around this area. So before that, I'm originally from Ghana, West Africa. So I'm your sister. So I was driving around and I saw a lot of people coming out of church. And you know, when you're from Africa and you see your fellow African, you know, there's that, you know. I know. So I was like, no, they are from Africa, most definitely. So I drove to one person and then spoke with her. And she confirmed that, yes, they are from. And I said, definitely, I will go in there and talk to somebody. And I've been working with Ball for some time, building the community relation. And I understand from where we are from, there are a lot of things that we don't understand. And some of it, we look at it from the other side of things and what's going on in the community. So when he started working, bridging that gap between police officers and the black community, I took it upon myself that I would, go about Oklahoma City. Every church that is predominantly black, I'm going to drag him along, and he's ever willing to go with me. So anytime I find one, he says, Seshi, how did you find them? I've made it my target and my purpose to, bridge that gap. A lot of things that happen, it's because we don't know what we are supposed to do, especially when we get pulled over. When we first come to this country, it happened to me. When you get pulled over like 6 months, when you come here, you don't mind stopping in the middle of the highway out of fear, because you don't know what to do. And I feel it's important that knowledge is power. Once you get to understand that, you realize you're right and what you need to know, and it helps. It makes that journey a whole lot easier. So if God had put me in that position, I feel it's a responsibility that I also have to give back to the community. So if I'm here today, we are here to talk with you all, and then hopefully praying to God that before we leave here, a lot of questions will be answered, and that gap between our community and the police department will be, we'll get a little closer, and we'll be able to better help each other. So that's why we're here. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Fanny. What I'd like to do now is talk about some of the interactions that peace officers have with the community. And probably one of the largest areas is when we are out driving. Have any of you ever been pulled over by a police officer? Okay. A few of you. Okay. All right. Have any of you received a ticket from a police officer? Okay. All right. I've received 5 of them before I became a police officer. Okay. So, When you are pulled over by a police officer, by an Oklahoma City police officer, all officers have body-worn cameras when they're out in patrol. So it is being recorded, which is a good thing, right? And I always say to the community, hold the Oklahoma City Police Department to the highest standard possible, right? Hold us accountable, right? Absolutely. It's called trust. Hold the entire system accountable. It's called trust, right? So if we have some of elected officials that aren't doing a good job, vote them out, right? Absolutely. Hold us accountable. Enforcement, peace officers, judging to a supervisor. So when an officer stops you on a traffic stop, first of all, pull over to the right. To the right. If you're on the freeway and you pull over to the right out of harm's way. But I don't write tickets anymore. I'm the nice officer. Okay. I've been in this job